We're back on the Gaza front line in southern Israel on day 2 of what is being described as an expanded ground action on the northern Gaza Strip. Pretty much like yesterday, we're seeing a great deal of bombing. There were 2 F-16s that we saw overhead that are part of the airstrikes that are happening. We've received an update from the Israeli Defense Forces that 450 targets were bombed yesterday from the air. Just in the last 24 hours, there was an airstrike. You can see some of that smoke that's in the distance because the Gaza Strip is just about 1.5 kilometers behind me. 450 targets being bombed in a matter of 24 hours is huge, but that's also because a large number of fighter aircraft are being used. So you can hear the machine gun fire because the ground operation is getting definitely more intense. A frequent question the Israeli Defense Forces are asked by journalists, including me here on the Gaza border, are which Hamas commanders have actually been killed so far, like in the airstrikes, the remnants of which you can see right behind me in those plumes of smoke. There have been hundreds of airstrikes so far. Every couple of days you hear the names of some Hamas commander who's been killed. But where are the big fish? The latest is that 3 top commanders, including some battalion commanders of the Hamas, have been eliminated. But this still leaves the question, where is the leadership? Because they certainly aren't in the Gaza Strip.
This is Israel's Hamas kill list. Commander after commander who plotted the October 7th terror attack eliminated. The latest to join this list are Ratib Abu Zahiban and Ezam Abu Rafa. Ratib Abu Zahiban was the commander of Hamas's naval forces of the Gaza City Brigade. Ezam Abu Rafa, the head of Hamas's air formation unit, they were the men who trained terrorists that infiltrated into Israel on paragliders on October 7th and killed thousands of innocent civilians. Additionally, Israeli Navy soldiers and the Israel Air Force provided support to the IDF ground forces and struck numerous Hamas terror targets from the air and the sea. Among these terror targets were observation posts, anti-tank missile launchers and a military compound.
In Gaza, we are advancing in the stages of war. Last night, IDF forces entered the area of northern Gaza Strip and widened the activity on the ground. In this activity are taking part forces of infantry, engineering, artillery that is accompanied with massive fire. Expanding the operation serves all the goals of the war.
While Israel continues to move in its tanks and troops in a possible ground invasion, Hamas has pledged to confront Israeli attacks with full force.
We're standing right at the tip of the northern end of the Gaza Strip. That's the fence behind me. There's a huge haze of cloud over part of it. You can hear machine gun fire. So all manner of ammunition, now being used and can not only be seen but can also be heard over here. That's medium machine gun fire. I'll tell you what all I can hear that's being dropped on Gaza right now from this particular position near Stero in southern Israel. Okay, that was an airstrike. You can hear an airstrike in the distance, probably somewhere near Gaza City. You can see a great deal of smoke right over there, probably where an airstrike has just happened or where a tank shell has just probably landed.
Israel's military has widened its air and ground attacks on Gaza, hinting that the long-promised ground offensive may have just begun. Bureau Report, India Today.